Hello and welcome to the form filling video for IPMAT 2023. So the dates have been announced as 16th June and it is going to happen in the afternoon, which is 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. The link to apply has been shown on the screen. You will also find the link in the YouTube description of the video. Important dates, you can apply only till 14th of April, and obviously your exam is happening on 16th June. No other date has been disclosed by IIM Indore as of now. Okay, but the process still remains the same, that after the exam, if you do well, you will be given calls for the personal interview. The personal interview will happen along with the written ability test as usual, and then they will announce the selection list and you will have to pay the fees, and then the academic session will begin. So the procedure is pretty much the same as it has been over the years. The dates have not been announced yet. At the end of your 5 years, you will be awarded BA plus MBA degree. Moving on to the test pattern, going by the history, Indore has not really announced the number of questions upfront any year. But as I said, going by the history, a 2 hour exam, you should be seeing around 90 to 100 questions for 120 minutes. Scoring pattern is pretty much the same as last year, +4 for every right answer, -1 for a wrong answer, and no penalty for unanswered questions. Very important, the SA section, the short answer section, does not have any negative marking. The timings have been specified. All the three sections, you have 40 minutes each for each of these sections. So 40 minutes for MCQ, 40 minutes another for the short answer section, and then 40 minutes for the verbal section. So now, as I told you, the application procedure is pretty much the same. You submit the application form, which you are going to do right away. Then you take the test. If you do well, you are shortlisted for the PI, and then you are informed about the final selection. The criteria also is pretty much unchanged. 65% weightage is going to be given to the aptitude test score. 35% weightage will be given for the VAT and the PI, and then you will be given a composite score. Basis the composite score, you will be either selected or not selected. These are the institutes that are accepting IPMAT Indore as a test for their graduation programs as of now. So you have the big names like IIM Ranchi, IIFT, Nirma, Nalsar, and even Tapni. If you're not aware, Tapni has also started a IPM program starting this year. Till last year, they only had a BBA program, 4 years BBA honors. This year, they're also going to start a IPM program, for which also they're taking the test scores of IPM Indore. Now, before we start filling the form, you have to make sure that you absolutely enter the correct name, date of birth, mobile number, and email address, because once you enter these, you will not be able to change it. These are not editable later. Okay. Once you do that, you will receive a password on your SMS, and you will be using that to log in for all your future correspondences with the institute. Before we actually start filling the form, make sure all of these things are absolutely in place so that we meet our goal, which has always been filling the form at one go. Once we start filling the form, we should not be pausing the form, going somewhere else to resize our documents and upload and find these documents and all of that. Once we start, we end in that very attempt. Okay. So passport size photograph you need. File size has to be 80 KB. File format has to be JPEG. You need a scanned image of your signature. Again, file size of 80 KB. File format is JPG. Scanned image of your 10 standard or SSC mark sheet, which has to be under 300 KB. Again, only PDF files. And you need a scanned image of a photo ID. Again, the size has to be under 300 KB with JPEG or JPG format. So if these documents are ready, we are good to go. I will now take you to an actual form and quickly take you through each of the fields inside the form and help you with what is to be filled in there. So now, if you click the link for the application form, this is the first pop-up or the first window that you will be seeing. Okay, you need to close this window, but important is read these instructions before you go on. These are some instructions that you have to be very careful about. So once you do this, they will be asking you personal data of your name, date of birth, mobile number, and email address. You click on I agree. And then this is the first part of the form. So if you see here, the name of the candidate, the gender, category, person with disability, if yes or no, the date of birth, email address, confirm email address, nationality, country, mobile number, and confirm mobile number. And then you end with a captcha. So the first screen is pretty basic, but extremely important. The first thing, the name of the candidate, very important. Always has been like the case. You have to enter it exactly how it appears in your 10 standard mark sheet. Okay, so whatever the sequence of that name is, whether it is your last name, first name, and father's name, or it is your first name, father's name, last name, make sure you have the exact same spelling, make sure you have the exact same sequence. Do not change absolutely anything. Be very careful with that. Okay, next important that I feel is the category. You need to select very clearly whether you are general category, NC, OBC is non-creamy or the backward caste, SC, ST or economically weaker section. You obviously need to have all your relevant documents if you select any particular category. Okay, in case you say yes to the person with disability question, you are faced with three more questions about the category of your disability, whether you will require a wheelchair support, and whether you will require a scribe support. If you say no, obviously you don't have to answer any of these questions. Other details I think are pretty much simple to understand. So let's fill all of these details and let's see what happens next. Okay, so I filled all the details. I have filled the captcha. I just need to click on I agree, and then I click on re-verify. Once you click on re-verify, all your details are here in a tabular form. Just quickly have a check and keep ticking the boxes which are correct, and then you finally press on submit. Once you press on submit, this is the kind of form that will be visible. You go to the top right and click on fill the application form. Okay, so the first part of application form is pretty simple. Okay, you just need the some of the details are already filled from the previous screen. You just need to enter father or the guardian's name, the mother's name, okay, and your correspondence address. After that, you need to upload the documents. So you start with uploading the scanned copy of the passport size photograph and signature, and you need to upload the valid photo ID proof. Okay, so once you fill your personal details, you obviously have to upload the documents. Once you are able to upload the documents correctly, which is within the specified size format and the file format, you'll be able to see these things here: view photo, view signature, and view. Okay, so these green ticks indicate that these things have happened successfully. Once you do that, you just click on save and next. Now, very important is the next part, which is academic details. Here, you need to enter your 10 standard details. Okay, so you need to select here the aggregate marks in percentages up to 2 decimal places, the board name, which board that you pass your 10th from, your school name, and the year of completion. Okay, once you do that, you will be able to, you will be asked to upload your 10 standard mark sheet, which we had told initially to keep ready. Okay, once you do that, you will be going on to enter the 12th standard details. Now remember that if you are finishing your 12th standard in the calendar year of 23, which is now you are either taking your board exams right away or you've just taken your board exams, okay, then you say no, you have completed, you say no, okay, and this kind of message will appear. Once this message appears, you just close it, okay, and you just say class 12th equivalent and specify the 12th standard board name, which board you are taking your 12th from, your school name, and your discipline. Now, discipline obviously is PCM, PCB, arts, commerce, or humanities. Okay. In case you finished your 12th last year, okay, or maybe a year before that, okay, then you say, have you completed? You say yes, and fill pretty much the same details for 12th standard also. Okay, so I've entered the details for the 10th standard, and you see the green tick here, which means they've accepted the 10th standard mark sheet. Okay, moving on to the 12th standard. Have you completed the 12th standard equivalent course? I say no, which most of you will. Okay, because most of you are going to take a 12th standard this year. Okay, so you say course type is 12th equivalent. If you are doing your diploma in engineering after 10th, then you need to select diploma here. Okay, and then you select your 12 standard board and your school name and year of completion. So you finally select your stream and then you say save and next. So the third part of the form filling is center preference. Okay, obviously you will select the city in the order of your physical proximity. So wherever city of your residence is, you will select that as your preference city 1. The next nearest has to be preference city 2. The next nearest has to be preference city 3. So once I select all my 5 cities, I obviously click on save and next. And the last part is the payment details. Okay. So quickly just make sure your details are correct here. Your name, the gender, your category, and the fee amount. Fee amount is 4130, which is inclusive of the GST. Clear? So I click on I agree, I enter the CAPTCHA, and then I say submit. And once you submit, you'll be taken to the payment page where you obviously can enter your credit card, debit card details, or you pay using net banking or UPI, or just scan your QR code, whatever suits. So yeah, this is the end of the actual form for IPMAT Indore. So once you finish the payment, you go back to your portal, the dashboard of IPMAT 2023, and you make sure that the submission status, application status is submitted. Okay, and if possible, have a hard copy printed of the application form, and make sure that you keep safe your user ID and password for all the future correspondences. So I hope this short video has helped you with all that you need to fill out the IIM Indore IPMAT 2023 program. Okay, all the best and do really well. And remember, this is the most coveted, most aspirational exam for this season for your IPM program. So all the best and give your best shot. See you.